Welcome. Today, we are going to crack open a tool that is an absolute game changer for anyone building a product. It's called the Value Proposition Canvas, and it's the framework that helps you stop guessing and start building things that people actually want to buy. So here's what's on deck. We'll kick things off with the number one reason most startups fail. Then we'll introduce the canvas as the blueprint for creating real value. We're going to see it in action with a super clear example. I'll give you the step-by-step playbook, show you how to automate your progress, and then wrap it all up with some pro tips. So why do so many incredible ideas just fail? You know, it almost always comes down to one single, really expensive mistake. I mean, this is the nightmare scenario, isn't it? It's that knot in your stomach. You pour months, maybe even years of your life into something you believe in, you launch it, and crickets. It's a very real fear because it happens all the time. And this slide right here, this is the whole game. The old way, the way that leads to failure, is product-centric. It's the if you build it, they will come mindset. You build something cool, and then you go looking for a problem to solve. The VPC approach completely flips that on its head. It forces you to start with one question. What is the customer's problem? And only then do you design a solution that fits. Okay, so if the old way is broken, how do we actually do this customer-first thing? Well, let's meet the tool that makes it all possible, the Value Proposition Canvas. And let's be clear, this is not just some fluffy diagram you fill out once and then forget about. It's a structured framework, a machine, really, designed by Alexander Osterwalder to force an honest, detailed conversation between what your customer desperately needs and what your product actually does. The entire goal is to create that perfect alignment. So the canvas is split into two halves. First, we have the circle. This is all about your customer. And we're going deep here. What jobs are they really trying to get done? What specific pains and frustrations are getting in their way? And what are the gains, the outcomes they're dreaming about? Then you've got the other side, the square. This is you. This is your product. Here, you list out what you offer. But here's the crucial part. You map every feature directly to what you learned about the customer. How do your features kill their pains? And how do they create their gains? All right, enough theory. It sounds good, but let's make this real. We're going to use a simple, everyday example to show you how this builds that bridge between a real problem and a perfect solution. But first, we have to define this word, fit. What does it actually mean? Well, think of it like a lock and a key. Fit is that magic moment when your value map is a perfect mirror of your customer profile. Every single pain has a pain reliever. Every single gain has a gain creator. It's a beautiful one-to-one connection. Okay, so let's imagine we're building an app for busy parents. Their jobs are pretty clear, right? They need to plan meals, go shopping, try to cook healthy food. But look at the pains, that constant low-level stress of what's for dinner, having no time, throwing away food. You can feel the frustration. And the gains they want are just as real. More time, less stress. And boom! Here's how our app becomes the hero. We offer an AI planner and an auto grocery list. But notice how the pain relievers aren't just features, they are outcomes. It eliminates stress. It lets you plan in 5 minutes. The gain creators are tangible and specific. It saves 3 hours a week. That's not a feature. That's a promise. So when you map it all out, you see this perfect connection. Every single pain and gain we identified for that busy parent is directly and specifically addressed by the product. This gives us a 100% fit score. And that, my friends, is what we call achieving problem-solution fit. It's the holy grail for any new product. Okay, you've seen how powerful this is. You're probably thinking, I need to do this for my idea. Well, good news. Let's walk through the exact steps you need to take to build your own. So the whole process starts and ends with the customer, and I cannot stress step 1 enough. You have to get specific. Everyone is not a customer. Pick one specific group. From there, you dig deep into their jobs, their pains, and their gains. Get it all out on the table. Now, once you have that deep understanding of your customer, only then do you turn to your product. You list your services, and then you systematically, and I mean systematically, create a pain reliever for every single pain and a gain creator for every single gain. Then you do the analysis and calculate your score. Your target should be 80% or higher. Now look, filling this out on a whiteboard or a piece of paper is a fantastic start. But if you're serious about building a real business around this, you have to level up. You have to turn this static document into a dynamic tool you can actually manage.
Because here's the multi-million-dollar question, right? Everything on your first canvas is just a guess. It's a hypothesis. The real work is proving it. So how do you track your progress from a guess to a validated fact and connect it all to your experiments in the real world?
And that's exactly where a platform like FounderScope comes in. It is literally built from the ground up to operationalize this entire VPC methodology. As you can see, every component of the canvas has its place. But the most important part is that it's not just a place to store your notes, it's a living dashboard that gives you a real-time automated fit score. So, how does that score work? Well, the formula is pretty simple. You can see it right here. But the magic isn't in the math, it's in the data that feeds it. FounderScope calculates this score automatically based on the results you get from your customer interviews, your landing page tests, your surveys, all your real-world experiments. It turns your gut feeling into a hard number you can track every single week. All right, let's bring it home. We've covered a ton of ground, so I want to leave you with a few absolutely essential best practices. Think of these as the pro tips to make sure you get the most out of this framework. These are your golden rules. First, one canvas per customer segment. Keep it focused. Second, get out of the building. Don't guess. Go ask real customers. Third, always remember that relieving a severe pain is way more valuable than creating a nice-to-have gain. People pay for painkillers, not vitamins. For your first product, focus only on the absolute must-haves. And finally, this is a living document. Your fit score is your pulse. Check it constantly. So, I'll leave you with this one question to really think about. Are you building your product on a foundation of validated proof, or are you just guessing? The value proposition canvas is your bridge from guessing to knowing. It's how you build things that matter. Thanks for tuning in.